Hello, Internet. What's good on March 22nd, 2026? Today is, that's the date, and it's for recording purposes only. It's the day after the equinox, y'all. Happy spring. Hee. Winter's done, right? Everything's blooming, birds are chirping, sun is out, temperatures are skyrocketing already. It was already 90 degrees in Reading this last week. Let me tell you. We were not ready. It's not even April and 90 degrees hit this week. So I'm like, oh my God. All right, you guys, we are rapidly approaching that minute mark. And I just wanted to say, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up. You guys know what to do. Share the videos no matter what platform you're watching on so we get a bigger reach. More audience means more chatter in the comment section for y'all. Hey, Larkspur, welcome in. Grateful to see you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. All right, so we've done it. We've hit the minute mark. Welcome in. Witches, bitches, twats, and thoughts. I'm Black Betty, and I am Karma's right hand. This is the Underdog Ministry. Thanks for joining me. I have 2 pages today. This one and this one for y'all for automatic writing today. So what came out was someone feels the need to be hyper independent. This person has been forced to earn inclusion everywhere from early on in their life, okay? It doesn't matter whether it was family, friends, jobs, lovers. All of these at different times were trusted by this person and let down in a devastating fashion, okay? So everybody that whoever this person is has ever trusted. Institutions, jobs, doctors, friends, it doesn't matter. Every single trusted individual or institution has let whoever you are down in a devastating fashion. This has molded your personality into really seeking real, true, deep connection, okay? But you've been traumatized by every relationship and organization that you've encountered. You have zero trust left, nothing. Nothing you do feels good enough. You chase perfection to attain validation from the situations that are never going to validate you. A boss that's never going to give you the promotion, the raise you're never going to get, the person that's taking up your time but just not that into you, the friends that you thought you could trust that fish for information to backstab you later on down the road, that kind of shit. Okay. This has created something in you that makes you feel like asking for help or admitting that you can't do something alone. It makes you feel shameful. It triggers your hyper independence like you've been defeated. Like it really means like you've lost to need assistance, to need connections, to need relationships, affection, etc. But in reality, this means that you've really never had a safety net before. You've had nowhere ever to trustfall. Okay. So this has created a hyper independence in you that is a trauma response. This person, whoever you are, you need to know you have hidden support and you're not going to believe in it until it catches you. So basically, somebody's going to get knocked off their high wire right now. Somebody's got to learn how to trust something that they can't see is there to catch them. So let's open it up, you guys. And one more for good measure. Let's roll some dice and get you guys some words, and then I will do reading on this energy. So, hyper independent. Ooh, I'm sorry I didn't do the headphone warning, y'all. Sorry about that. Hyper independent, somebody who can't ask for help, won't ask for help, has never been able to ask for help, so they don't even know how. Okay. Final is the first thing I'm seeing. Somebody's final opportunity to do something, or something is final. There's no renegotiating something. Train. Somebody might be training for something like muscle building. They might be training for a new job. They might be training for what is the word? Not a marathon, but when you run like a 5K or a 10K, like a decathlon. I don't know why I'm hearing decathlon. Like strength training, running, endurance, swimming. There's somebody that's doing fitness. Oh, wow. Spirit has jokes this morning. Hold, please. Hold, please. Where's the other A? Where did the other A go? Oh, damn. I thought I had something funny for a second. Well, fart is here. I thought I had fart fan, but I don't have the second A. I thought I had fart fan, like something exhaust in the bathroom. Maybe somebody cut some kind of rotten fart, needs to turn on the fart fan. Klein, Klein, like a Klein recycler. Something about a dab rig. Klein recycler. It's a infinite loop way of blowing glass. Maybe somebody's training on something like that. Somebody's getting apprenticeship. Somebody's really been working on something, training deeply. Fitness training, mental training, full life overhaul. I'm hearing Ayanla fix my life. Somebody may need a life coach. Lover, Mr. Lover. Something about Mr. Boombastic, the song Shaggy, Lover. This is somebody's, okay. Somebody is really amorous about another person. I'm hearing recycling lovers, Klein lover, recycling lovers. Somebody is visiting their roster right now. Wash. Somebody needs to do their laundry. They need to wash their hands. They need to, everything's going to all come out in the wash. It's going to break even. Sad. Somebody's sad that something is final. Somebody's made a final decision. Net. What did I say about having no safety net? Okay. I think somebody is going to take a leap even if they don't see their safety net. PY. We've only got 2 dice left, so it'll be unique if I actually get a word. Okay, we're throwing them back in the can. We've got final, Klein, sad, train, lover, net, fart, and wash. All right, so let's get into this, you guys. I'm going to start with regular rate or weight today. And let's talk about this hyper independence. Why does somebody feel the need to be hyper independent? What was the straw that broke the camel's back that made this person not want to trust or depend on anybody at all? 10 of Pentacles in the reverse and the Fool in reverse. This person got taken advantage of. Somebody stole something big from this person. Somebody stole something big from whoever this is. and thought they were just gonna get away with it, but they're not gonna get away with it here. That's 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Lost inheritance, stolen money, lost business, lost family, lost legacy. This is somebody's destroying somebody's lineage, generational curse. And that Fool in reverse is the need to take the leap, and somebody not willing to take the leap without being able to see the net. Somebody lost everything because they wouldn't Trustfall. 9 of Wands in the reverse. So this person here, this energy, once bitten, twice shy is what I'm hearing. They don't trust anybody anymore because somebody took this person on a run for their money. Hearing somebody was hoping that everything would just come out in the wash. Somebody's very sad. Somebody's very upset that they're not going to be able to pull the wool over somebody's eyes here. 6 of Cups. That's a soulmate card, past friendships, staying stuck in the past, honoring. I'm hearing make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver, the other is gold. This is honoring the old friends, honoring the past. I think that somebody that you have held in high honor is the person that has done this to you. Family, friends, job, lover, whoever put you on the defense. 7 of Wands is here. It was somebody close to you that put you on the defense to begin with. This is this hyper independence. I don't need nobody. You don't try and give me a hand. Nope, I've got it. I don't want any help. It's going to be easier if I just do it myself. Nothing's going to get messed up that way. This is somebody who they've seen this before. I'm just going to say they've seen it before. This is somebody who really wants connection, but they're very guarded. They really want to be happy. They really want a good life. They really want to be able to maybe have a partnership with somebody here. Be able to celebrate life in general. And I don't think this person's able to do that so easily. Okay, this hyper independence means they're not enjoying much. They're not able to let their guard down enough, even with old friends, to celebrate anything here. This is somebody who's been traumatized. 10 of Pentacles in reverse, Fool in reverse, 9 of Wands in reverse. Whoever this is has been really hurt. Their life has been devastated. Literally. First 3 cards, their life has been devastated. Everything is off balance. And it's because of, I don't know, maybe old connections. I'm not going to say friends or lovers. I'm going to say old connections, because that could be bosses. That could be a volunteer position. This could be family member. But the 6 of Cups is, it matters to you deeply. It's a soul connection. Whoever you are guarded against now is somebody that you want to celebrate with. It's somebody that you want to have fun with, somebody you want to be able to let in and you're not able to. That's way too many cards. Way too many. 5 of Wands and the King of Cups is in the upright, however. It's just somebody you're not able to let in, right? So that 5 of Wands is some sort of standoffish behavior when it comes to emotional detachment. You here have become emotionally unavailable, which is a problem, because what you need is emotional availability to heal the reasons that you're emotionally unavailable. Talk about a catch-22. We've got the 9 of Wands and Strength. What's the Nine of Wands clarifying? The Nine of Wands in reverse. This is the only way you feel like you can protect yourself from ever being victimized or hurt again. You think this is a strength, this hyper independence. You've had to develop a resiliency from being hurt, which is why there is no emotional availability on your part now. Five of Swords. Yeah, you're ready to fight. Like you're faster to pick up a conflict than you are to pick up a connection. Conflict is a safe emotion because you're supposed to defend yourself. So you're in your natural standoffish, guarded self-defense mechanism that's been created by people from your past. I only need one card. But what came out is the Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Swords in reverse, Six of Swords in reverse, and the Devil. This is something somebody's really trying to work on because they're missing a lot of opportunities and things are really, I'm going to say, more shaken up than they would like them to be. Things are a little more toxic than they would like them to be. I don't think this person wants to be this way. I think that it's been created and you feel kind of stuck in this energy. It's almost like a fly trap. The glue sticky traps. Like every time you get 1 foot free of that toxic situation, the one that you put down to pull yourself free of it gets stuck. It's like every time you detach yourself from one person, the next person pulls some toxic ass shit on you. And I think that you've just really kind of isolated yourself with this. Give me some emotions on this. So nothing that you do feels good enough. You have been trying to, because you don't feel good enough, be better, self-improvement, trying to make yourself not look like a good target. This hyper independence, honesty in reverse. You're not being truthful with yourself that you are wearing a suit of armor while you're going to the movies. You are like the bubble boy, acceptance in reverse. You don't feel like you can even accept yourself right now. You're not honest with yourself about the fact that you could be pushing people away. Maybe you're supposed to be pushing people away, but the energy says that you're guarded up against things that could be really good for you right now because it's like everything in your beginning, in your first start. This is your family of origin. This 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. This is where your legacy began. And this is where I'm going to say the feeling of never being able to attain acceptance, attain your position within this dynamic began. This is where your need to achieve because you were never good enough for your family of origin to even begin with, okay? This Fool in reverse, this is where you never learned to believe in yourself. This Nine of Wands in the reverse is where you always felt like you were supposed to be put upon. You were just given a shitty lot in life. But the longer that you have felt like this, you look back on the connections that you had and what makes you put your shield up. I'm pretty certain that whoever I'm reading right now is aware that they are this way, aware that they are maybe tough to approach, aware that they will rise to a fight before they, I don't know, will walk away from it. Rise to a fight before they'll give a compliment. Okay, this is somebody who has been so beat down, so put upon that they feel it's a strength to be hyper independent, and that's so they don't unleash on other people. Okay, that 5 of Swords to the 7 of Pentacles, this person's really working on themselves, working on this defense mechanism, working on this hyper independence, knowing that it's causing them to miss opportunities. With the Knight of Swords in the reverse to the 6 of Swords in the reverse, it's like they're missing opportunities for exit, peaceful exit. This person will stay for a fight. They would rather not turn and walk away. This might be a toxic characteristic this person has. Okay, with the Devil card right after those two. This person here may not be completely honest with themselves. They may not completely accept themselves for who they are. They may feel like nobody is going to I think they've just maybe accepted that in their mind, everybody is pain. Connection is pain. Love is pain. Friendships are pain. So they just don't have them to avoid pain. This person, imagination is here. I think that this person is very okay with being alone. They can keep themselves occupied. But what they can't do is relate. I think this person has walked away from their entire their family, their company where they work, maybe their church group. It's a large group of people this person has walked away from, a large group of people this person feels defensive around, a large group of people this person feels victimized by, a large group of people this person doesn't allow access to their emotions anymore. And we've got denial in reverse. So the lies this person's telling themselves about how they can just remain closed off and still have people around them. It's, they can pretend. I'm going to use an example right now. You've got a family that they always do the exact same thing for the holidays. The exact same picture, the exact same wearing of, everybody has the same pajamas, everybody has the exact same dinner, the exact same side dishes, the exact same chairs, and you're somebody who doesn't participate. You choose to not do that because you've emotionally shut yourself off from being forced into the same situation with people that don't support you. Okay? It's just the same family saying the same stories every single year. We'll use Thanksgiving or a Sunday meal, a Sunday after church. It doesn't have to be a holiday because not everybody observes the same holidays, but almost everybody knows what a family dinner feels like. So a family dinner or a team building exercise at work where you go on a corporate retreat for 3 days or something like that. Whatever you're doing, this group of people makes you feel inadequate, makes you not like yourself, not trust yourself, feel not good enough. Your decisions are wrong. Your clothing is wrong. Your hair is wrong. Your lover is wrong. And you're internalizing this. That's what these first 3 cards are. You have believed the narrative that the group that you're involved with has set around you. They've labeled you, they've compartmentalized you, they've boxed you in, so you fit into their neat little package world, but you don't fit. So you feel that this is a problem, this is a flaw, this is something wrong with you that you need to fix, eradicate, change, educate out of yourself, therapy, whatever. It's sad, it's pathetic, because these people are making you feel the way they feel, not actually accurately depicting who you are. These people are not accepting, and they're not understanding the truth of who you are, which is, I'm getting here, you've been forced into hyper independence because people have told you you're incapable, you're never going to amount to anything. Every time you ask for help, people are like, no, I'll do it later, and then never get around to it. Or you are shunned because you don't you're not the right skin tone, you're not the right weight, you're not the right gender, you don't like the right people, you don't have the right ideas to fit in with the family, so we're all going to tell you that you don't belong in these relationships with us. Here's the deal. This hyper independence is actually what you view as a strength. It's not necessarily a strength, it's a survival mechanism. Okay? You feel like, maybe let's use a really visual example, physical example that every human being can understand. Can you move a couch by yourself? I mean, maybe you're a strong man and you can tug it along on down the road behind, a tow strap or something like that. But I'm talking about, can you pick it up, move it inside of a house, put it inside the back of a truck, move it up 10 flights of stairs single-handedly? No? Do you feel shame because you can't pick up the fucking couch by yourself? Or do you ask somebody to help you carry the load? You've asked people in this particular group to help you carry the load, and what they do is invalidate you and tell you that you're never going to be able to do anything, so you've learned to be hyper independent. This you see as a strength, okay? Because you've survived all this, you shut down emotionally. This is a protective mechanism. We've got envy here. And there's other people that are jealous of your chill when it's not chill at all. It's a trauma response. It's a survival mechanism. You've had nowhere to trustfall. So every time you've asked for help, you've been made to feel inadequate, shameful, stupid, incapable, like a burden, like an obligation, like a problem to be solved instead of a valued person to be assisted. Okay? So you've never had a safety net. You've never had anywhere to trust fall. The hyper independence is a trauma response. Healer, you need to know that you have hidden support that you won't believe in until it catches you. Healer. This person, in whoever you are specifically, your hyper independence, your strength, the thing that people envy the most, people don't realize is you've had to heal yourself. You've had to come into this emotional detachment as an emotional shield. You've had to brush off shitty opinions on how you carry yourself in life. You've had to walk away from things that make you happy in order to heal wounds that these people have given you. That's the final straw. We've got water here. Your emotions. You've been turbulent. boiling under the surface. And it doesn't matter if it's one drop of water, one teardrop. It doesn't matter if it's a whole heartbreak. It doesn't matter if it's a flood of emotions and you just bust out of the seams. There is something about the way you have dealt with the flow of your emotions through this. It has been a training ground for you. Nobody wants to hear that. I'm going to tell you that right now. But when you go into the military, they put you in this thing called boot camp, where they break you down and build you back up again to be part of a team, to be not hyper independent, to be able to trustfall your battalion, your troop, your unit. Okay? This is spirit showing you where you've been carried through all of this. Yes, you've been beat down. Yes, you have no trust left for humans. This is so you'll trust spirit above all else first. This is where the envy of the way you shoulder your feelings, the way you shoulder your pain, the way you shoulder your anger, basically the way you carry your emotions, people are wanting to know how you do it. Earth. How do you ground yourself? How do you stay chill? How do you stay peaceful? How do you not fly off the handle? Oh, you do. But sometimes you have to let your emotions turn to stone. Okay? Sometimes people turn cold, turn hard because of the things that they've dealt with in life. And this is how maybe they still feel, but you ain't going to see it. You aren't going to notice it. This person's going to be solid as a rock, no matter what they feel. This is the transformation that you have made through the situation, collective. Whoever you are, the transformation has made you absolutely never rely on anything but your own wings. But the thing is, being able to trust your wings doesn't mean you never can land. Okay? You have branches, leaves, flowers, beautiful places that you can flit about and trust that, yeah, your wings are still going to carry you from place to place to place. But where you land, you can trust that support. And if that support is to break down, you've got your wings to rely on. I think this is like a final lesson somebody's had to learn here. Hyper independence does not mean you can't depend on people. It means that you know you can get it out the mud. You know that you can survive in extreme, devastating situations. But now, on the other side of being able to survive, now you've got to be able to fly. Okay? Now you've got to be able to fly. I don't want that deck till the very end. Now you've got to be able to fly. So you have a safety net. That's your wings. You have become the safety net that nobody ever gave you. You have become the person that you can trust when everybody else taught you that there is no one to be trusted. You are the person that can be depended on for peace, for true emotion and connection. Just because you're shut off, it doesn't mean that you aren't accessible. It's like water behind a dam. You can hold back that flow of emotion. You're holding it back and it's deep. You have a lot of depth to you. because of everything you've been through. But now you're going to be asked to share that information. You're going to be asked to fly from branch to branch, from flower to flower, from leaf to leaf here. This is individual to individual, mind to mind, heart to heart. You're going to be asked to share your transformation. Flexible. How to bend instead of break. You're going to have to be open-minded. You're going to have to let some things go and let some things slide. Not for you in reverse, and co-create. See, everything that you let go makes room for a new opportunity to present itself. What did I say about being out on a line, on a high wire with no safety net? You see the owl that can trust its own wings to fly. Okay? No matter what comes at you aggressively in life, no matter what looks like it's going to devastate you or end you or eat you alive, you can trust on your own wings to fly should that situation disintegrate underneath your feet. A change in the wind in reverse. You don't have to keep changing who you are for acceptance. You don't have to keep altering yourself or becoming more or becoming better for validation. You don't have to. You are enough in and of yourself. But here's the deal. The caterpillar's always enough. That doesn't mean the transformation will not inevitably occur and you will not inevitably come into this butterfly essence. Right now, be content to happily munch along, to happily consume the things that nurture your growth. You don't have to do a thing. You can trust your own wings. You don't have to alter anything right now. Everything you've done to this point has brought you to this position. Poised. Yes, I flipped it upright. Poised. Once again, more wings, ready to take flight and trust their own capabilities. You're on the precipice of something new for yourself right now. You're on the precipice of something new, and I don't see you going back to anything that ever made you doubt yourself. Not friendships, not a job, not an old town, not a company. Like, oh man, we want to hire you back, but we want to hire you back at triple the salary that you were at before. We want to give you $5 million a year. And you're going to say no. Because you're poised for trusting your own wings. This is going to look crazy to other people. Caution in reverse. You're going to throw caution to the wind because you're going to trust your own instincts right now. You can trust your own instincts, but you can never trust a fart. Okay? I don't know what that means. Intuition. You can trust your instincts, but you can never trust a fart. Be shitty circumstances if you do. Okay. Determination. So here's the deal. You have been so focused on improving yourself, on being a better person, on being a better employee, on being a better lover, on being a better partner, on being a better human, on being richer, on being constant achievement, goal. I am calling myself out also with this, because let me tell you, if I am not a goal-oriented bitch, that's what I am right there. If I don't have a goal, I'm kind of lost. So right now, somebody has been so determined to achieve other people's acceptance, approval, validation. They've been so concerned with that they've never earned their own. Okay. This is why you don't have this trustfall energy. This is why you don't feel good enough. This is why you are trying to attain the next level constantly. Because nobody from your very beginning told you it's okay to be a caterpillar. Eventually you'll get your wings. Eventually you'll grow into something magical. Eventually you'll find your ability to control the pent up frustrations. Eventually you'll find a way to heal yourself, and you'll realize you were confidence. You'll realize that you were fine all along. You were always enough. You were always the right fit for your path. Okay? I'm getting that little proverb that says, "Let me put you here or you will drown," said the monkey to the fish as he set him in a tree. You are built from a different cloth than the place where you originated. Your safety net isn't going to appear until you fall out of your current location, situation, circumstance, relationship, employment, whatever it is, until you make something final. You're going to feel inadequate. This is telling me that there's walking away that has to be done. Somebody has doors they need to shut. Somebody has cords to cut to the ties that bind them. Okay, so what is the advice for my collective on needing to cut the cords on the ties that bind? Lovers in reverse. Y'all, if you can't trust somebody, okay? If you can't get along for the sake of getting along, if you constantly have conflict in your interpersonal relationships, it's time to choose self-love. Anybody that causes confusion, anybody that causes anxiety, anybody that, if you can, let me see, if you have an emotional reaction like so-and-so's coming over, oh my God, I have to clean everything right now. The flight of the bumblebee fucking company's coming cleaning. Chariot in reverse. Maybe tell that person not to come. Okay? Maybe you're forcing yourself to entertain things you're not supposed to entertain. Maybe you need to develop some self-discipline or the ability to say no to whatever or whoever this is. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, if it knocks you off your center, even if it's a good center, okay? So say you just hit a baseline, you are peaceful, you're not excited, you're not sad, you're not upset, you don't have drama, everything is just flatline, you're just chill, okay? You're on fucking chill mode. You get a text message or a phone call, "Hey, I'm coming over." Oh my God, oh my God, oh God, everything's dusty, I gotta vacuum, I gotta do the dishes. There's nothing wrong with the way your house looks, but because somebody's coming, you're off balance. That person's not a comfortable place. That person's not a safe space. That person is a trigger for you, and that needs to be investigated. Okay? If you feel disorganized anytime somebody wants to be part of something, it's not working. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. It's not a good long-term fit. It's not a good outcome to be had. Okay? This is No benefit is the words I was looking for. Relationships that are not benefiting you. Cut them off, Two of Swords. Cut them out. Stalemate. Stand up to it. You're at a crossroads. These are choices that you're going to have to make right now for yourself. Your upbringing has forced you to seek connection so badly because it's something you've never had. But you're seeking connection from people who are not cut from the same cloth. They're a different breed than you are, okay? You're trying to force yourself into like a hive of honeybees as a butterfly. Yeah, y'all got wings. Yeah, y'all fly. Yeah, y'all pollinate shit. Yes, you're all symbols of spring. Yes, you're all busy bees in creating, okay? One is a secular connection and one is a spiritual connection. The worker bees, the busy bees, they have their purpose, they have their organization, they have their neat little boxes, and you sure as shit don't fit into these neat little worker bee boxes, okay? You don't fit into the family unit the right way. Imagine, say, okay, you get the stereotypical Catholic school or Catholic family, and you've got the school age teenage person that is a goth. They're wearing black. They're wearing upside down crosses and spikes and fucking, bars through their piercings through their nose and big giant statement pieces that they don't conform. They're eking out their own identity. And are they doing it to cause problems? No, they're doing it because that's what they like. That's who they are. At their fundamental nature, that's who they are. Different, cut from a different cloth. Yes, we all got wings. Yes, we're all going to flit about. Yes, we're all going to give our tidbits of information here and there and everywhere. But these worker bees are giving signals and communication on how to keep the structure of the worker bee structure going. This butterfly energy that you're in here, collective, these people are trying to tell you how to keep your structure going in the hive mentality, and you're like, but I'm gonna fly off into the sunset. I want to fly, and I want to taste different flowers. I want to fly free. This is not a worker bee. This is a spiritual energy. This is not a secular mentality. This is a spiritual mentality. This is a transformative mentality. And you were born into some sort of hive mentality here. Hive mindset, a group of people that all want conformity to keep things neat and packaged and precisely running in a smooth fashion. But you don't belong in a hive. You belong out there pollinating the same flowers as those bees are visiting. You're in the same work environment. You're in the same group environment. You're in the same family environment, but you have a different purpose. Maybe you're adopted and you just don't fit. Maybe you are the rebel. Maybe you're just the black sheep of the family. Healing and good health is here. We've got healer here. Right now, you need to focus on the things that give you life, that make you feel content, make you feel fulfilled. And not everything is going to be the same for everybody. You may consume the same foods, but you don't have the same output. Think about that. Pollen. The nectar of the flowers is what the butterfly go for. The pollen of the flowers is what the bees go for. Both of them are visiting the same environment, the same workstation, the same company, the same family unit, the same home. But their functions are different. And these people can't accept you in your transformation, that your function is simply different than theirs. So they call you dysfunctional because you don't operate the way they do. Feelings is here. People are going to be mad because you're different. They're going to want you to be like-minded. They're going to want you to have the same processes, social interactions, mental hierarchies of people's importance, and you don't. They think that you feel like you're more important because you are in butterfly wings instead of bumblebee or honeybee wings. You're supposed to be upset about that. This is the goal, is to make you feel like less than because you're not part of the hive. You're not a drone, you're not a worker bee, you're nothing. If anything, if you were raised in a hive, you've been set apart as queen bee energy and need to be removed to start your own colony or to start your own swarm or to begin a whole new hive. If anything. But this butterfly energy, it's symbolic of somebody being able to rise above the station that others are trying to demand they fill. We've got dawn. It's an aha moment. It's a wake-up call. Somebody's awakening to the fact that they're just fine the way they are. Your personality that desperately seeks connection, that's been traumatized by every single relationship or organization that you've encountered. The fact that you've asked for help. The fact that you've admitted you can't do something on your own. You feel ashamed because these people are triggering you, telling you you're not supposed to be what you are. You're supposed to be doing what we're doing. And you're like, but that doesn't work for me. I can't do the thing because I'm not a honeybee. I'm a butterfly. Okay? So you're out here trying to use your own wings, and people are trying to make you feel defunct, defective, because they're not your safety net. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Because they're unwilling to work with you. Eight of Cups. You walk away. This is what you're learning. Instead of trying to force yourself into the fucking hive, instead of trying to force yourself into being a bee, you realize, oh my God, I'm a butterfly. This ain't the shit I need. We're visiting the same watering holes, but getting different nutrients, getting different sustenance out of the same information. King of Wands in limbo. See, you're following your passions and people are trying to prevent that. You're supposed to be a honeybee. You're supposed to be a worker bee. You're supposed to be a drone. You're supposed to do the same thing at the same time every single day. And if you don't, we're going to starve you out, shun you out, or you can't be part of the hive. Okay? You here have learned, if it doesn't work, you walk away from it. You don't force the issue. Nine of Cups in reverse. Three of Swords, and Justice. You don't force the issue. If you're unwanted, you process the heartache and pain and walk away. And that is your own way of settling things and balancing things out. You don't need tit for tat. You don't need to come in and tell these people you're nothing but a bunch of fucking honeybees. Look at me, I'm a butterfly. You don't have that mentality. You're just like, oh, I'm just not one of you. Okay, well, that's a little sad, but I'm going to go do what's right for me anyways. I think that you're not going to go out sad because people want to make you pissed off or feel inadequate or incapable, because you're not a drone. Star in reverse. You're not going to hurt yourself trying to gain acceptance and trying to put yourself into a situation that you don't fit. You're not going to do that. You're going to fly away on your own wings. And I think that you leaving this behind is what's going to set you up. This is, you've been guarded. You thought it was a strength to be alone, but it's not. What is a strength is to fly away from those that want you to be alone, but with them, if that makes sense. They say misery loves company, right? Come be a worker bee. Come be a drone. It's the same thing every day. You never see anything different, and your function is never going to change. You can't become anything else. You can't be better than what you are. And whatever station we tell you you were born into, you're going to stay there. And you're like, but I was born a butterfly. I wasn't born in a hive. I came out of my own cocoon. Ascension came out of your own cocoon. And you're rising above. You were not born out of wherever they're from. You're not cut from the same cloth. Exile. Look, you're just not cut from the same cloth. I'm hearing you're not from around here. You're not one of us. You'll never be one of us. And somebody's like, I don't want to be. I just want to be myself. And that's just fine for me. Spring. Somebody's having some sort of renewal. You're going to have something, maybe even your energy, your thought process, your life might be getting a once over. There's some walking away you're going to be doing here. Divergent. I got like 12 cards that just popped out all together, but divergence was on the top. There's some walking away you're going to be doing here. Door of Dreams. Seems to me like you are going to be turning yourself away from the hive mentality and flying out there into the great wide open, the great wide unknown. I'm hearing Tom Petty right now. Into the great wide open, under a sky so blue. Necropolis. Well, if that isn't how shit really is going to end right there. You are having a renewal and you are going your own way. You're going to go pursue your own dreams, or you're going to go out into the unknown, into the great wide open for yourself, and leave the hive behind. That necropolis, it's like, it's the tower. It's the city of the dead. You're leaving that repetitive, monotonous, I'm hearing it's like the never-ending cycle. Infinite. It's infinite. It's never going to change. The worker bee, the hive mentality, to eke the sweetness out of all of their work. They don't even get to, I don't know, you feel sorry for these worker bee energy mentality, and not like everybody doesn't need honey, okay? So whatever product or whatever company or whatever family, whatever output is coming from this collaborative over here that's trying to push you away, make you feel like you ain't shit because you ain't a honeybee. You're a whole butterfly over here. trying to not talk too much shit. I'm trying to put this into really nice words, in nice terms, instead of talking east side shit out of the west side of their neck. But these people basically are crabs in a fucking barrel and want to hold you down with them. How dare you even see that there is a door to dreams, let alone that it's open and you just have to push your way through just like a cocoon. See, the hive mentality, you're born into a specific position. That is your function. You don't question it. You just exact it out. With the butterfly here, your first function was to consume, 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 grow, grow, grow. Then once you've consumed everything and can't grow anymore, you shut yourself off, you wall yourself off, you completely dissolve. And you become something miraculous. You perform a miracle inside your own self. And you transform. They're always going to be worker bees until the day they die. There's no transformation. The necropolis. It is what it is. They're angry because you see that you're not a bee. And it's more angry to them, or more upsetting to them, to see that they are. Because I think that there's lots of bees that have dreams of being butterflies, okay? Maybe someday you'll be the queen bee of your own hive. Maybe, just maybe, you will no longer be a drone or a worker bee. Maybe you'll no longer be a carpenter bee, or having to build your hole in the ground to live, okay? Maybe you'll no longer be underground, but you'll never be a butterfly. And somebody's pissed that you were born a caterpillar and grew until you couldn't grow anymore, and then transformed because it became so uncomfortable to stay in that skin that you had to literally bust out of it and gain wings to gain some elevation out of your life. You've ascended. And they exiled you because you ascended. I don't know. Let me get one more run for you guys. Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck. Okay, for my butterfly energy. You've ascended, you've been exiled, you have gone your own way, you have pushed open the door to your dreams and left the tower to fall. What is next for you? Didn't I just say an infinite loop? You see the infinity? Transcend in oneness, in vision. You've seen a higher version of yourself. You've seen the ascension path. And you have elevated yourself beyond your initial constraints and capabilities because you saw more of yourself. Confirmation. Literally, this card says confirmation. You've mastered yourself. You've become a better version of you. Gratitude. You don't take anything for granted anymore. You're grateful for the sun in the sky. You're grateful for the bees in the hive. You are grateful for the wings that you have to fly. You are grateful for your cocoon that you've exited. You're grateful for the challenges you've had in life. You're grateful for the things that have fallen by the wayside. You're even grateful for all the pain you've been through, because you wouldn't be where you are without it. That's a hard lesson to learn. To even be grateful for all of the pain, bliss, to find happiness despite everything. And happiness is not the excitement chemical. That's not the dopamine hit. Happiness is not the dopamine hit. Happiness is an absence of drama, an absence of stress, an absence of self-invalidation. Bliss. Somebody has found who they really are, and they're content with that. Alignment is at the bottom of the deck. Last card out. Whoever you are, this is going to start out really rough. You've had a very hard life. You've been shunned, you've been bullied, you've been picked on, you've been put out, you've been fired, you've been ostracized, you've been the butt of the joke, you've been literally beaten, you've literally been stolen from. There's all kinds of ways that your life could have gone sideways because of other people wanting you to conform to their way of doing things. Because the hive's the only thing that exists if you've never lived outside of it, right? You've seen outside. You've never been in the hive. So that mentality just does not work for you. Like, you can't fit yourself in there. It's just not built for you. It's not where you're supposed to be. Even though you may operate in the same general areas of work or general areas of society, AKA the flowers in the fields. Okay. Doesn't mean that you are cut from the same cloth. Doesn't mean you're the same animal. Doesn't mean you're the same breed of anything. I mean, you got to think about it. There's grasshoppers out there that have wings too, and they're not bees or butterflies. But they're destructive, right? So it's a matter of recognizing what you are, what your purpose is, who you are meant to be, transcending your own bullshit, having a vision for your own future, doing the right thing for yourself, and being grateful for the littlest thing. The fact that you can breathe out of both nostrils today when you've got allergies, and yesterday you were stuffed up and felt like you had cotton in your face behind your eyeballs. Okay? Gratitude has to be the size of a mustard seed. Your faith has to be the size of a mustard seed, and only in yourself and your ability to become. Bliss and alignment. When you are fully in your human being, when you are simply being, is when you're the most in alignment, when you are enough, when you have reached or defeated the final boss, AKA yourself, not these other people. Nobody else can make you feel like you don't belong, especially when you blatantly aren't supposed to be there. It's obvious you're not a honeybee. It's obvious that they are. It's obvious that you both can fly. It's obvious that you're both capable. It's obvious that you both have the same functions in society, but you have different output. Okay? One makes honey, the other makes more flowers. One pollinates, and one uses the pollen itself and turns it into another sticky substance, right? The nectar and the pollen are both part of the work of the flowers. And this is all analogy. This is supposed to be metaphorical, just so people can actually envision the spiritual lesson behind it, okay? These are actually people I'm talking about, but in the reading, the energies are kind of aligned with animal energy. The butterfly is in blissful nature because they know that they are just supposed to be a fucking butterfly. It's okay to just be a butterfly. You don't have to be a bee. You don't have to try to be a bee. You don't have to try and make yourself into a worker bee or a queen bee. You don't have to, because you're not supposed to. You're aligned with your truth. You're aligned with your own gratitude for yourself. This here is something that I believe was what was trying to, like, nobody wanted you to come into this alignment. The bees wanted you to continue to try and conform to being a bee. You know, you want to be one of us, right? You know, if you're going to be part of the hive, you got to do what we do. We can see that you can fly like us. We see that you visit the same flowers as us, but you just don't measure up. Are you, as a butterfly, going to look at people that say you don't measure up? Okay, so I exceed your fucking expectations. I exceed your measurement. I exceed your ability to quantify me. Oh, go on and go be that butterfly. Right? The honeybees can destroy the caterpillar. They can swarm it. They can turn the caterpillar into food if they want to. Just like they can kill, what are those big ass? The murder hornets? Yeah, honeybees can kill the murder hornets. They just swarm the murder hornet and they just cook it with their heat until the murder hornet dies from being suffocated and cooked. Honeybees can kill. Butterflies, not so much. Okay? I think that maybe you see an advantage to being a little more gentle, a little more docile, a little, you're not you're not a threat to be taken seriously. It's the way that these bees are trying to present you. And you're like, okay, because I was never a threat to begin with. I'm going to fly on anyway. Right? You're just going to flit about and they still have to go do their worker bee shit because that's their allotted, assigned place in life. And you're out here flitting about because that's your allotted, assigned place in life. You're in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing. You're in your personal bliss, meaning peace and contentment. The lack of need for that dopamine hit. You're at a resting place. You're at a baseline where you're not having wild spikes of emotion. You're in your personal bliss. Don't let the honeybees rile you up. If you are a butterfly, say, I see we're visiting the same place. I see I'm having nectar from this flower. Let me move aside and let you grab the pollen from this flower. There's different parts to this, and we all have our own part and portion to be played here. But you are finally comfortable with saying, my part and portion to be played is not to go back to the hive and make honey like a drone. It's to pollinate more flowers. It's to flit about and touch as many minds and many hearts as you possibly can with your spiritual wings here, as opposed to your worker bee wings. Everything has a proper function in nature, in society. Everything has its place. Don't be made to feel like you're not enough because you don't fit in the place that belongs to somebody else. That's their lot in life, and this is your lot in life. And don't you feel guilty because this is your lot in life. When you're in alignment with your own personal contentment, you're in gratitude for everything you have, that you are being the best butterfly that you can be here with this vision and transcend. You have overcome, you have elevated, you have ascended, and you followed your personal bliss. Bliss is the opposite of drama. It's the lack of chaos. So you have overcome, no matter what, you've never had anywhere to Trustfall. That's because you're supposed to fly. Okay? All right, I'm going to close the reading right there. I have gone on way too long today. I appreciate each and every one of you that hangs out with me. You guys all kick ass and take names. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, you guys. Make a comment in the comment section. Where are you guys from? What state, country, time zone are you watching from? And what's your pet peeve? I'd love to know what pisses you off. Okay. And you guys remember, I say the same thing every day. If I can manage to not be a piece of shit after everything I've lived through, then so the fuck can all of you. Black Betty out.